Fucking hell, great start. Hey, bro, I'm currently sat here, Stolen Bike Chronicles Part 2, in the middle of nowhere, and I need to find a hiding spot for the bike so that nobody takes it, because obviously it's unlocked, so if anybody sees this, they're nabbing it, bruv, they're off. Bro, get out of my face. Should you drink as an ambitious young man? You know, you got a lot of ambition, you got a lot of energy, a lot of drive, and you know that if you put your energy into something, you know for a fact that you can achieve it. You know you can be successful, right? You've got this, you know it. However, you look around you and you see people your age, because you are quite young, you see people your age drinking, going out and having fun, hooking up with girls, all of this kind of stuff. And you just don't know whether or not that's for you. You don't know whether or not that would hinder your performance. Part of you actually kind of wants to do that. Part of you wants to go, you know what? I kind of want to have the experience of going out drinking and going out and hooking up with loads of different girls. I kind of want that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let this whole self-improvement addiction stop you from actually enjoying your life. And I know a lot of the guys say, oh, but you know, it's not real fun, it's not real enjoyment going out and drink. Of course it fucking is. If you have the right framework. If you have the right framework, going out and drinking is absolutely fucking fun. Going out and shagging loads of girls is absolutely fun, of course it is. And don't lie to yourself. It does not mean that you are less of a version of yourself. It doesn't mean that you are, I kind of worded that wrong, that sounded wrong, didn't it? It doesn't mean that you are a lesser version of who you currently are if you go out and drink and if you do these degenerate activities, if you have the right framework. Let me explain why. So, first of all, I want to talk about my experience. Obviously, I used to drink. If any of you guys know me, I used to drink quite heavily. I'm a bit of an extremist. I used to be anyway. And I used to drink. My mindset was like all or nothing. If I'm going to drink, I'm not just going to go for one pint. What the fuck is that? Pint. I don't even have pints. Like, I just drink like fucking straight whiskey or some shit. You know what I mean? Just bam. I used to just drink just to get drunk. I didn't like the taste. I didn't really enjoy the act of drinking alcohol. It tasted horrendous. But I liked being drunk. I liked the buzz of it. Okay. Now, I will say, I've had some very, very fun fucking memories drunk. Of course, you have a lot of fun memories when you're drunk. Of course you do. Because your inhibitions are completely removed. Scientifically, there's a thing in your brain that stops you from instantly acting on the thoughts that you have. And when you are drunk, it removes that kind of, barrier. So every thought that you have, you just instantly act, you instantly say, you instantly just do. You don't really think about the consequences. There is no future thinking. There's no foresight on things, right? And it's that causes for obviously a lot of fun memories, but sometimes it can be a bit negative. You might get yourself in a bit of a shitty situation. I've never really ever been in any negative situations when I've been drunk, even because I have a very high tolerance to alcohol, and I used to drink a lot, bruv. And because of that, I don't know what it was though. I never used to get hangovers. I never used to feel like sick afterwards. I never used to be blackout drunk to the point where I couldn't control myself. I was always in control, even when I was like really, really like pissed, absolutely pissed to the point where I didn't give a fuck about anything. I was still in control. I was still completely aware of what was going on. So that was nice. But I think let's talk about why people drink. Why did I used to drink? I used to drink because it made it easier to be social. That was my main thing. And when I discovered alcohol, the first like proper drink that I had was with my ex-girlfriend. It was just after Christmas. And we were downstairs in the living room together. Her parents were asleep upstairs. And she was like, jokingly, she said, do you want a drink of gin? Do you want, go and have a drink? Because she used to drink. And she was like, do you want to have a drink with me? Because it's a special occasion. She kind of said it in jokingly because she knew that I didn't drink, right? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, go on then. Let me have a taste. That's what I said. Let me just have a taste of it. Because I never used to drink alcohol, right? So I was like, okay, let me have a taste. Just to see what it tastes like. To see what the hype's all about. It tasted horrendous. It was disgusting. But I carried on drinking it. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to feel like what it's like to be drunk. Because at this time, I'd never been drunk before. I was like 18 or something. And I'd never had that experience. So I was like, okay, I want to know what it's like to be drunk. Just to have that experience. So I did it. And I realised the benefits of it. I realised how fun it can be. But the problem was, if you are not already developed as a man, these things can become addictions. And this is why people get addicted to stuff. It's because they're trying to mask a weakness that they've got. They're trying to replicate something that they can't get in their normal sober life. Now, my thing was social skills, confidence, charisma, talking to girls, etc. It was just that kind of, that loose vibe, whatever you want to call it, where I was like, yeah, I feel like the fucking man. This is easy. You know what I mean? I hate that feeling of being socially awkward and anxious, and I used to blush in public. I couldn't do this right now. You guys have seen me walking through the park. I speak in a very, like, not obnoxious way, but in a kind of loud tone. I don't mind people seeing me. I don't mind people having mind having attention on me. But yeah, when I was 18, I couldn't do this shit. It was really anxiety inducing for me. So alcohol was that crutch for me. Alcohol was that convenience. It made it very easy to do the things that I couldn't do normally. One of my friends said something to me once, and he said, alcohol shows you what you could be if you were the man that you wanted to be, right? It makes you confident. It makes you attractive in some ways, because you have that kind of like, I don't give a fuck attitude. You can just go up to and talk to that girl. You don't give a shit. You're not sitting there hiding away in the corner. You don't care. You don't have any inhibitions. You don't even think about the consequences. You just go and say hello, right? You don't give a shit. That can be attractive. It makes you charismatic. It makes you just say things. Again, we spoke about the scientific thing behind it. It makes you just say things without thinking. So a lot of the time you come out with funny things. You might tell a funny story. Whereas if you're sober, if you are a socially anxious guy, you're going to be like, oh, I don't know if I should tell that. Oh, you're just overthinking bullshit all the time, right? So alcohol makes it very easy to be the kind of man that you want to be. And that is dangerous if you don't have this understanding. And I didn't at the time. This is why I went into kind of a rabbit hole. I was never addicted because I could live without it, but I started to find myself getting into an addictive mindset. I had thoughts pop into my brain sometimes. I never acted on them, but I had thoughts such as, because I was in college at the time, oh, wouldn't it be fun if I came into college just a little bit drunk, because then I could socialize properly and talk to girls and be confident and be a bit loose. I could be the guy that I want to be. Alcohol allows me to do that. It's a crutch, but you pay with your health. You pay with your mental health. There's always a price to pay for that. If you don't do the work, if you don't take the hard option, there's a price to pay for the easy options. So step one is make sure that you are not using alcohol or any substance for that matter to mask a weakness. You're not using it to rely on. So if I took your substance away from you, if I took your bad habit, your vice away from you, you could still live without it. Okay? So right now, I do not drink. I only drink on special occasions. For example, my brother's birthday's coming up. Fucking hell, shittest YouTuber in the world. My brother's birthday's coming up in May. It's currently April when I'm recording this. It's going to drop in June or something. That just shows how bang on my schedule is, mate. I'm on it. But yeah, my brother's birthday's coming up. He likes a good drink, right? He drinks quite regularly. But I don't mind drinking with him. I'm like, yeah, go on then. Fuck it, it's a special occasion. I know you like drinking, so let's have a drink together. Let's share a drink together, right? As brothers, and enjoy that moment together. There is a framework you must have when it comes to your bad habits, when it comes to your vices, whether that's video games, social media, alcohol, drugs, whatever you enjoy doing, there's a framework you must have to keep it healthy, to keep it balanced, whatever you want to call it, to keep it in a way where you don't get addicted, in a way where it's not really negatively affecting you long term. There's a way you can do this, what I've learned through hardship, and I'm going to teach you that in a minute. That's step 2. Step 1, however, we must just reiterate this. You've got to make sure, that might be my new intro, I quite like that. You have to make sure you're not relying on these substances, okay? So make sure that you are the kind of guy that can live and suffice and do everything that he wants to do without alcohol. So I can be social, I can talk to girls, I can get 6 girls' numbers in one night without any alcohol. I can dance, I can have a laugh, I can let loose, I can speak confidently and be charismatic. I don't mind having attention on me, etc., etc., etc. I can do everything that alcohol provides me completely sober. I do not need any of it. I can even feel the buzz that alcohol gives me. That kind of like, hey, life's amazing, life's really good. You just love everything. I can feel that buzz completely sober right now if I wanted to. With my mind, with my own brain. Because I'm that aware of myself that I have that capability. So you want to make sure that you get rid of all of your weaknesses. Work on all of your weaknesses first, and then you can healthily use alcohol. Because if you have a weakness, for example, social skills, when you do something that gets rid of that, it's going to be very addictive because it shows you again what you could be. Now, instead of relying on alcohol to get to that point, make yourself that kind of man anyway. Work on all the weaknesses, because again, if you don't have a convenience or a crutch to rely on, your weaknesses will naturally just present themselves. If you go to the club completely sober, you'll start to realize very, very quickly where you need to work on. Like, oh, I feel anxious talking to girls, or oh, I'm a bit of a pussy, or oh, I don't really know what to say, I have no game, I stutter, etc. You're going to realize very quickly what your weaknesses are, and then you can actually improve on them. Oh, I'm awkward at dancing, I don't really know how to dance. Cool. You wouldn't know that if you were drunk. It's only because you're sober that you now realize, I'm pretty shit at dancing, because now I've got to dance without, alcohol aiding me. I have to learn how to do that and feel confident doing it without feeling like, oh, that person's judging me, that person's laughing at me. To just do it confidently and not give a fuck. You have to learn these things the hard way. Only when you've made yourself that kind of man, only when you can successfully say, Luke could take alcohol away from me right now, and I could still do everything that I wanted to do without alcohol, and I could still live that life. Great. Once you've done that, then step 2 is involved. That's when you can implement the framework. If you genuinely enjoy drinking alcohol and you enjoy the experience that alcohol can give you, because again, I've had a lot of funny stories on drinking alcohol, right? For example, This one time again, I used to drink a lot with my ex-girlfriend. She got me into it, maybe. No shade though, I got nothing but respect and love for my ex. I'm not going to start, shit talking her behind her back or nothing like that, but we did enjoy a lot of good drinks together, and I'm not complaining. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and I got to take responsibilities. No one's forcing me to do anything. I'm my own man, and I do these things. I choose to drink. Well, I chose to drink back then. I don't really drink anymore, but same thing. I had a lot of funny memories. This one time we're in a living room again. The parents were asleep upstairs. It was always the same scenario, right? And we were just dancing to a bit of Pop Smoke, Mood Swings, little TJ Pop Smoke, and we were just having a little dance, having a laugh. And I kind of stumbled over and smashed into the fish tank. And the fish tank, there was a corner on the fish tank, like a table edge, and it cut all my back. I've still got a massive scar on my back, 2 scars actually. It just shredded my back. And at the time I didn't feel any pain. I was like, what just happened? I had no idea. And she's like, oh Luke, you're bleeding. I was like, what? And I just carried on dancing, singing to Pop Smoke, and just didn't give a fuck. Those moments when I look back now are funny. You can look back and laugh. You can look back and you've got some stories to tell, etc. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of, good positive sides to alcohol. Of course there are. I'm not going to try and pretend it's never ever drink, never, like a fucking religion. If you are religious, there's nothing wrong with that. If you are religious, fair enough, stay away from alcohol because you're staying true to your religion, you're staying true to your values. I respect that. But I'm not religious. I believe, in my personal opinion, life is all about experience. Life is all about just trying things and just doing things and finding out how you want your life to be lived. And you only learn how to do that through experience, right? So if you are someone that wants to try alcohol, whether you like the taste or whether you just like being drunk or whether it's fun or whatever your reasoning for it is, if you genuinely just enjoy having a drink every now and then, make sure your step one's involved, you're not relying on it, you're not using it to mask your weaknesses, and then you can go out there and earn it. So for example now, if I for whatever reason wanted to go out and have a drink, which is very rare because I don't really need it, so I don't really see the point in spending a lot of money on alcohol and, fucking up my health and getting rid of, fucking up my routine and stuff. I went on a night out last night, completely sober. Again, I've done it for so long now that it's just normal to me. It's just what I do. But if for whatever reason I wanted to go and drink, maybe, for example, my brother's birthday, I'm going to have a drink with him because he wants me to. He's like, yeah, just have a drink with me, don't be a pussy. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, go on then. It's a special occasion, it's your birthday. I know you enjoy drinking, and it would be nice for you to have a drink with your brother, and we can have a laugh and just have that, that stupid alcohol buzz where you just chat shit. Fine. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind, fucking up my health for one day, fucking up the routine, because it's a special occasion and I've earned it. That's the point. You must earn your bad habits, earn your poison, like Tristan Tate says, earn your convenience. Don't just go out there because, I feel like having a drink and then going and doing it. Do some push-ups first. Set yourself a target or a goal that you've got to achieve before you earn that bit of free time, that bit of chill time, that bit of bad habit time, that bit of degenerate time, For example, same thing I said to my brother. We were in a taxi last night on this night out, and we were like, yo, should we just have, because it's the weekend, his birthday's coming up, it's a weekend, right? And I said to him, should we just have a completely degenerate weekend where we just fuck our lives up for one weekend, we have an absolute laugh, we get fucking wasted, and, we just go crazy. We don't care about the world for that one weekend, we have a fucking good time. Yeah, let's just be degenerates for the weekend, And he's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Now, I'm not just doing that because, I just want to be I have to earn that shit. I'm going to be so on it for the next month with work and with fitness and with everything else and smashing goals. I'm going to set myself targets, right? You have to do this many push-ups by the end of the month. Then you can, go and enjoy your degenerate weekend because it is fun, right? For me, that is fun. I don't mind doing that every now and then. It's enjoyable. You can have a laugh. You can just let loose and it's enjoyable, right? But I think you've got to earn it because this keeps you disciplined. It keeps you in check. It keeps your health in check as well. If I've done fucking 6,000 push-ups before I drink alcohol, I'm pretty fucking, I'm in good shape. So I don't really have to worry about it fucking my physique up or anything like that. And again, it's not such a regular occurrence. I'll drink once a year. Literally, that's not even an over-exaggeration. At Christmas or something, I'll have a drink and that's it. So it's very, very rare for me to drink anyway. So it's not really going to have any negative effects on me long-term. And because I'm earning it every time that I do, really isn't going to make any difference. And I think that is the key. It's absolutely is balance. Not 50-50 balance, 80-20. 80% of the time you're productive, you're healthy, you're on it. 20% you can go and enjoy your vice, you can go and enjoy having a drink. And that's coming from me. I don't even drink, bro. I don't really ever drink. But if you are a kind of guy that's maybe you're young and you're in the high school scene or whatever, you're in the college scene and all your mates are going out drinking, you don't want to be left out. You don't have to drink, obviously. You don't have to be a pussy and just be peer pressured and be like, well, I've got to drink because everyone else is doing it. Don't be a pussy. Again, you have to be brutally honest and make sure that you can live without alcohol. You could go on that night out without alcohol. You could do it without the substance. If you can do that, then fair enough. I think you've earned your right to enjoy a drink every now and then if that's what you want to do. In terms of your progress as a man and your potential and your goals and stuff like that, because that's what a lot of guys worry about on the self-improvement fucking shit, is they always say, well, yeah, but if I drink, I'm going to fuck up my goals and I don't want to sacrifice my 20s, you know, like they say this kind of stuff, like you should be working your whole 20s. Mate, you might be dead by 22, you never know. You just have I might die tomorrow. And if I spent my entire life just working and never took any time at all to actually enjoy the fruits of my labour, to actually enjoy the life that I've built, what's the point in doing years of self-improvement, years of self-development, building myself up to be a confident, attractive, you know, funny, humble, what more can I say? The list goes on, right? What's the point in building myself up to be this man if I never get to enjoy it? Because I'm constantly working. Sorry guys, I can't socialise. Sorry guys, I can't come out tonight because I'm working. Bro, what's the fucking point? You've got to have balance. You really, really do. And it was such a tough thing for me to realise that you have to be balanced. Life is about balance, yin and yang, right? Go away, man. Fucking text on my phone. It really is about balance, because otherwise there's no point. If you're too far on the enjoyment side and all that you ever do is enjoying life and having fun, then you're never going to get anything done. You're never going to make any money, you know, achieve any level of success. You're never going to achieve anything because you're just doing what you feel like doing all of the time. You're never going to get anything done. But then again, if you're on the contrary to that, if you're too far on the work side, go, constant do, more all the time, then you're never going to be able to actually just fucking enjoy what you've worked for. Your life will just pass you by and you'll die. You'll be like, oh, did I ever take time to actually enjoy all of that money that I made? Did I ever take my family out for a nice dinner and, you know, treat them and just have a laugh and just be present in the moment without thinking about, oh, but I've got to do this or I've got to do that? Did I ever do that? No, because you're constantly in work mode. So you need a balance, right? And if you want to drink, fine, but do it in the way that I said it. Well, maybe make your own framework. Don't just copy me, but I think something similar to that, where you have to kind of do something productive before you enjoy your poison, your bad habit, whatever. Same with video games. Every night, like once every 3 months, I might play some video games with my mate because it's a bit of nostalgia, it's a bit of fun. We used to play all the time, and it's funny just every now and then to hop on and just fucking annihilate everyone in the lobby, because obviously we're the best in the game still. And, you know, just have a good time and have a laugh, play some music. We always do this thing, me and my mate, and it's so, like, again, it's the degenerate mindset. We're like, because we are so productive 80% of the time, every now and then we'll be like, I'll call him and be like, yo bro, do you want to get on tonight? Should we play some video games? Should we play Rainbow Six Siege, is what we used to play? Should we get on? Should we indulge? We used to say that. Should we indulge? It's kind of like an inside joke where we just be degenerates for the night. We buy some sweets or something, we buy some chocolate, just shitty food, like fat takeaway, Domino's pizza, some greasy fucking food. Just really degenerate shit. We'll just sit there eating sweets, play video games. It's the most degenerate thing. But it's fucking fun, right? And it's not that I do it every single day. It's not that I do it like every week or some bullshit. It's literally once every 3 to 6 months, right? It varies, but I earn it every single time. I'll do some absolutely grueling fucking exercises. I'll do like 2 leg days in one day or some bullshit. And then I'll go for a fucking 5-mile run. I'll do this and I'll do that. And I'll do this many push-ups. And I'll do this many videos. There's always a prerequisite I've got to do. I've got to achieve before I can just relax and enjoy my degeneracy. Because degeneracy is fun. There is a fun part to being a degenerate, whatever you want to call it, right? But a lot of these self-improvement guys get way too extreme with it all. Almost as if it's a religion, right? I've got to stick to it, otherwise I'm a failure. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I know this goes against all advice you've ever heard in the self-improvement space, but sometimes you just gotta be a degenerate and just fucking enjoy your life. For me, getting on with my mate, I've known this guy for 8 years. I've never met him in real life. We've just FaceTime pretty much all the time, right? I've known this guy from Xbox. He's one of my closest friends. We can talk about anything. We have such a laugh. We just diss each other all the time. Like, we call each other and we just chat shit. Half the time, there's no topic of conversation. I'll just call him like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop being a pussy. Like, I'll just diss him for no reason. We'll just insult each other, and it's funny, right? But every now and then, we'll get on and we'll play because it's a bit of nostalgia. That's how we met, through the game, right? And we'll play and we'll have a laugh and we'll eat shitty food and we'll just enjoy being a degenerate for one night. It doesn't mean that it doesn't do anything to my routine. I wake up the next day and I'm straight back on it. Like that Central C song, straight back to it, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. There's nothing wrong with having a bit of fun. There's nothing wrong with being a bit of a degenerate every now and then. There's nothing wrong with doing something that is unhealthy every now and then, as long as you accept that it's unhealthy. Don't lie to yourself and say, yeah, there's nothing wrong with alcohol. There's nothing wrong with weed. There's nothing wrong with video. Like, don't lie to yourself. Acknowledge the negatives. Acknowledge where it is, you know, bad for you, whether it's health-wise, whether it's a waste of time, etc. Acknowledge where it's bad for you and just simply fucking enjoy it. That's what they're there for. Video games are there for enjoyment, for fun. It's fucking sweets. They're there for a treat. They're not supposed to indulge in this shit. I like sweets, bro. I like eating Haribo. Every now and then it's an indulgence. Because I'm so healthy, like 90% of the time, all I ever do is eat fruit and fucking meat and healthy shit, right? I barely ever, like, again, I tell you guys this all the time. I have to do 60 push-ups every time I want a chocolate bar, right? So every now and then to just indulge and be a degenerate for one night is fun for me. That's enjoyable for me. I don't mind that. And again, I don't want to be an extremist. I used to have that mindset. To be, no, I'm not allowed any sweets. I'm not allowed any chocolate. I'm not allowed to do any bad habits ever for the rest of my life. Otherwise, I'm not the man. It's an ego thing. It's just ego. It's just bullshit. Who are you trying to prove something to? Is it yourself? Is it to other people? I know who I am as a man. Therefore, I don't mind when I have a degenerate night, because I don't give a fuck if someone on YouTube comments says, you're not as disciplined as me because you can't, stay disciplined 100% of the time. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck, because I know who I am. And again, it comes back to the step one. As long as you can do life, as long as you can live life without these conveniences, without these bad habits, and you can suffice completely fine forever, then I don't see the problem with every now and then indulging in a bad habit that you enjoy personally. For you, maybe it's scrolling down Instagram and getting a bit of inspiration from rappers that you like or whatever, right? I don't fucking know, but there's nothing wrong with these things as long as, again, it is all about moderation. And I used to think that was for pussies. I used to think, yeah, moderation, balance is for pussies. It's for guys that can't stay disciplined. Like, you should be disciplined 100% of the time. But then I started to realise, what is the fucking point? What a boring existence if all that you ever do is just stay disciplined forever. Are you ever going to take time to just sit with your family and enjoy and just have a laugh and sacrifice a bit of work for once to just sit with your family and have a takeaway and just watch a bit of shit TV? I never watch TV, but every now and then we'll just watch a bit of shit TV. Because I genuinely think that life is about enjoyment. It's about not pleasure. There's a difference between pleasure and enjoyment, and pleasure and fulfillment, pleasure and positive emotion. There's a difference between them. But I think that life is just all about balance. You need discipline so you get shit done, so you achieve the goals that you want. I would not be here today talking to thousands of people if it wasn't for discipline, if it wasn't for the countless times I've sat and sacrificed pleasure, sacrificed bad habits, sacrificed the present moment for my future. I wouldn't be here today. So, but obviously, if I never took time to enjoy my life, if I never took time to just go for a random fucking cycle on a stolen hire bike and listen to some music and, not have to worry about work and, well, I've got to record these many videos, I've got to get to the gym at this time. Like, I don't give a fuck. Sometimes I have these days where, you know what, fuck it. Like, just enjoy today. Double down tomorrow, make up for it tomorrow and double down on it. And get twice as much work done tomorrow by all means. But every now and then you just gotta fucking enjoy it. That's why you always see me coming on camera with positive energy. I'm always happy. When am I ever down? When am I ever complaining? Even when I'm like, oh, my leg hurts, I'm still laughing. I'm still smiling. I do it in a jokey way. And that's because I have that perfect equilibrium between discipline and work and just fucking enjoying what I've got. Enjoying the present moment for now. These days where I'm broken, I'm trying to, I'm on the come up, I'm trying to make it out the hood or whatever, right? Riding around on my fucking cycle bike, talking to you, trying to make some fucking online income. These days will only ever happen once. Once I've made it, that's it, I'm set for life. I'm not a retard. It's like, once I've made that money, I know exactly what I'm doing. You'll never unlearn the knowledge that you've learned. So once I've made it, that's it. This will forever be a memory. These times where I'm cycling through this park will just be a distant memory and a bit of nostalgia to look back on. I'll listen to certain songs and it'll remind me of the times where I was broke and I was trying to make it. But then I'm sitting there with my silk sheets and wherever I want to be in the world, I'm rich and loaded, I don't have to worry about money. But you have to just take time to just be present sometimes. But yeah, anyway, the point is, alcohol, as long as you have this framework, as long as you're earning your time where you are drinking, where you are doing your bad habits, and you're making up for it with a bit of productivity, I don't think there's a problem with it, as long as you're not doing it consistently. Again, everything is habitual. If you habitually are productive for 90% of the time, then 10% of the time, it's not going to do you any damage to drink and to be a degenerate and to actually enjoy being a degenerate. That's what it's there for. Don't sit there and think, oh, I feel really guilty right now. Feel the guilt afterwards. Yeah, maybe the next day, embrace that guilt. Oh, I feel a bit shit now, I kind of fucked it or whatever. Use that guilt to get back on a routine. But in the moment, when you're on a night out and you're drinking, don't feel guilty. Just fucking enjoy it. Enjoy it. Have a laugh, man. Because you can look back on that day one day and it's memories, it's stories to tell. It's things to think about. It's a funny thing to think about, right? And that's fine every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to, really isn't going to sacrifice your progress in life. If you take one night out and you drink a little bit, whoa, like, as long as you're not doing it every fucking weekend like these degenerates are, like most guys are, then it's fine. You're smarter than that. I know you are. So you're not a retard. You're not the kind of guy to drink every single night or go out drinking every weekend. You're not a spastic. But as long as you're balancing it out, nothing wrong with it. Okay, you get the point. Coaching's down below in the description if you want to learn more from me. Take care, look after yourself, stay positive. Bye.